number 1 as well. This could be one of these situations where I may have actually started the YouTube stream without meaning to begin. These things happen. Sometimes I click the buttons and I don't mean to start the show, but once you click go, oh, the lights on YouTube's dashboard change and they just say, "You are live." And in my head, I'm like, I really didn't mean to go live just yet. I've still got a whole bunch of other buttons that I need to press. But in these cases, sometimes you just got to go forward with it. I haven't even hit record yet. I literally didn't think we were going to go live just yet, that I haven't even started recording. So, I'll tell you what's happening. You push buttons that you don't mean to push and you end up going live. There's only a few other things that I actually need to do. There's 2 different recording settings. It's incredible how large a video file you can create over the course of 1 hour if you don't use the right type of encoder. So all I want to do is just make sure that we're actually going to be recording to... Right, we're going to D drive. Let me make sure that D drive is okay. Yeah. I mean, it's got 400 gig. I'm pretty sure we're going to be okay on D drive. Let's start recording. Now, one of the things about going live on YouTube as quickly as we have is, I mean, can I even trust that we're live on YouTube? Who knows? Who knows? So I'm going to click a couple of buttons and just make sure and see whether this is actually live. Hello to you. Hello, hello, hello. I'm going to be able to see in a few seconds just to make sure that whether we are in fact going live. Look, everything on my dashboard says that we are, because it shows elapsed time a minute 52 and a minute 53. And it's even gone green now. There's 2 different dashboards in YouTube to use when you go live. Who knows what the difference is? I'll tell you what the difference is. One of them's the standard live YouTube dashboard, and then there's this other one, this new one. It's in beta at the moment. It's a lot nicer than the old school one. However, it's quite funny because you can just click on things and all of a sudden you're like, oh my goodness, I'm live already. Didn't mean to. So, no, see, this is the thing. I don't want to create a new stream. I just want to keep the current one. We're going to go live on Facebook in a minute. But first, I'm going to try and find where this live video is. Because I just do want to validate. Yeah, we're out there. There it is. Robot Time Machine with Grey Bright episode 8. What's you talking about? This is episode 9. Save that. We're episode 9, party people. Well, it's still streaming, so that's fun. Alright, we are public. This is visible. We're public, we're visible, we're in the time cards. Yeah, the stream's actually going through. Cool. Good times. So these are the things, normally I set these up in the background. Because we want to be professional. Do you know what's not professional? Clicking the go live button before you're ready to go live. What is that, some kind of amateur move? This is not Robot Amateur Hour. This is Robot Time Machine. The only live show where you have drills involved. It's probably not. There's probably lots. If you jump on to like YouTube or Twitch or any of these live streams, you'll know that there is literally anything. I saw one the other day. Oh no, we've got to go live on Facebook before I start getting into ridiculous stories. Because there is a story I want to tell you about things that I've seen in terms of live streams. And maybe what we do, I'll tell you what, because we've been here, I really want to, I want to find out like the chat. There we go. Okay, chat, live messages, all messages are visible. Cool. Stream health. How's the stream? No active stream. What's she talking about? We're 100% live. I'm going to check on my phone. I'm even going to look on my phone. Robot. And I'll have to do incognito so that I find it. Robot Time Machine YouTube. Because it'd kill me if we actually... Because I use the recording from YouTube as the one that I edit. And, I mean, I don't think we're... Is it really? I mean, is it live? Is it not live? It's such a... I mean, it's such a big question. Bum bum ba-dum dum ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum bum ba-dum bum bum dun 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 dun. I've got the theme song from Mario Brothers stuck in my head, and have had it stuck in my head for quite some time now. Okay. Okay. Good. We're definitely live. Okay. Now we're going to go live on YouTube in just a minute. I'm going to refresh this little page. Oh, it's crazy how quickly you can just hit a button and be live. There we go. All right, it's updated to episode 9. Stream health. Stream health is good. Your viewers are happy is the little thing that I'm seeing here. All right. Well, I mean, yeah. Let's do it. Let's do this. I gotta plug in my little headphones. These are my headphones. Testing. Test 1, test 1. All right, we good. We good, my friends. Let's do this. That neon fill I'm gonna take down. It's so loud. It's just so loud. Yeah, that's a bit easier on the ears. And it should be feeding. Test 1, test 1. Rad. All right. I'm gonna go live on YouTube now. On Facebook. I mean, on Facebook, where we'll do it. When shall we do it? Well, we'll do it now. All right. How long have I been talking on YouTube for now? 6 minutes. 7 minutes. 7 minutes since I accidentally hit the go live button. All right. I need to cut my hair. I do cut my own hair, actually. We'll talk about that in a minute. What was the other thing we were going to talk about? Oh, it had something to do with... Was I zapping myself? I wish I could rewind and actually hear... Oh, I probably could. Imagine that. I rewind my own live stream in order to hear things that I'm saying. All right. Okay, let's go live on Facebook. We're going to go live on Facebook in 10... Yeah, let's do it in 10 seconds. That seems like a non-crazy amount of time to try and do something. Here we go. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4... There's so many times, I'm going to say nearly every time, not every time, but let's call it 9 times out of 9. I go to set up these live shows and then I push the wrong button and all of a sudden I'm like, hang on, are we live or somewhere? You may not know this, but we've been live on YouTube for 7 minutes because I hit the wrong button, and it's always a little question of like, what do? Do you cancel that one, reset the stream? It sounds like I'm talking about Ghostbusters. Or do you just push forward with it? Do you just march on ahead and be like, it's all good, we'll continue? Well, in this case, that's what I did. I just kept on troopering through, rambling to the folks on YouTube. That's right, we're coming to you live on YouTube. live on Facebook, every now and then I'll pop up on Instagram because I think the behind the scenes are quite fun. Like there's different ways that I can actually show a behind the scenes scenario. There's a camera mount, because this is a high quality production. That's right, it's CNN basically. There's certain ways that I can, cue things here. There's lots of buttons. There's a new wireless keyboard because it was getting way impossible for me to type things. And so I'll be throwing that onto Instagram every now and then, doing a cheeky little behind the scenes broadcast. Now, what's been going on this week? Oh, 4th of July. I was in my first 4th of July parade, and I can't tell you how much fun I had. It was fantastic. We were in Santa Monica down Main Street. Now, sensible people were on parade floats and bicycles and all different types of things. And then the crazy people were isolated to motorized desks. And of that, there was 2 crazy people going along Main Street, and that was Kyle and me. And I was the other one joining her, but it's all good. It's all good because everybody else is crazy and we're the normal ones. No, I don't know. But the desk, I've got to show you, it was spectacular. And there's no one better to ride on the desk with than Kyle. Let me show you this.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
There we go. And you've got a pink, look at that car. That's, if you know Santa Monica, that is the folks from Chez J Bar, which is one of the coolest bars in the world. It's literally fantastic. You know what? Sometimes I forget to do things like press the titles of the show. And so, should we press the titles of the show? I'm going to flip a coin. No, I was going to say I'm going to flip a coin. I don't have a coin nearby. I have an SD card. We'll flip an SD card to see whether I run the titles of the show. This, if it comes up on this side, then we play the titles. If it comes up on that side, then I sing a song about the name of the show. Here we go. Here, and to show you what actually comes up, we'll go to the lamp. Here. Okay. This is insane. This side, if we land on this side, then we're doing the normal titles of the show. If it lands on the other side, then I'm going to sing a song and we're going to invent a new song for Robot Time Machine. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Hey! Oh, no. Okay. Well then I guess I'm singing a song about the show. Oh, hey, welcome to the show. It's a show called Robot Time Machine. What's it about? I don't know. Are drills involved? Yes, they are. Why is that sitting there? Because I was drilling something just the other day. Do I cut my own hair? Yes, I do. When was the last time you cut it? Probably a week. Hey, when's the start of the show? Well, the show's coming up right now. How long till the show starts? When are you gonna start the show, Gray? I'm gonna start it when this light turns on. Why isn't that light turning on? Come on, light. Turn on, light. Come. I heard it click. Why is it? Yay! There we go. There we go. And that's the song. That's the new song. It's either that song or this one. All right, well there we go. So the show has a new title sequence to it. I much prefer the actual one that we just saw rather than my singing, which is, I mean, obviously remarkable. It's clearly Grammy Award winning of some sort. Thank to all of my musical supporters. Thank you for your support. This one's probably a better one, actually. Thank you for how many selfie sticks do you actually have sitting at your desk? Count how many selfie sticks you have at your desk right now. And if it's less than 3, then up your game. If it's less than 3, then go and buy more of them. Because there's actually one in there. You need more selfie sticks around your desk. All right. Let's get back to what we were talking about. We were talking about... what were we talking about? Oh, yeah. Get this. So, 4th of July parade. Had an amazing time. Had so much fun. It was wonderful. It went all the way down Main Street. Now, Kyle and I had to get there nice and early in the morning in order to sort of check in. There was a police checkpoint that was going through checking vehicles to make sure that they were roadworthy enough to be part of the parade. I took the desk over to the police to see whether my desk was roadworthy, and they looked at it and just went, you don't need a roadworthy. And I was like, well, can we do it anyway? Because I'm here. And the cop just went, yeah, all right. Okay, you passed. And then gave me a little tag. So I got my roadworthy certificate to be part of the parade, and we went in. Now, the desk was rolling around, and it was rolling really well. I mean, it was going, not only was it rolling along really well, here's sort of what it looked like. Is there audio with that one? I think there is. So there's a boomerang with audio in that one that keeps cutting backwards and forwards. That is the desk that we had. The sign that's actually here that I'll turn on again. This sign, I mounted to the side of it, but this thing takes 2 amps. It's a way too powerful sign. It's way, like 2 amps. So I was really worried about it draining battery, and so I would only turn it on and off. But I think I should drive around with the sign turned on. So we went down to this part's like where we were lined up waiting to become part of the show. And so we get there at like 8:30, somewhere around there. I think we got there about 8. The show started at 9:30. So we're staying there chatting to people. And like Misty, who I'm on the board of the Santa Monica Pier with, she was, I think she was the term's grandmaster or the parade master or something like that. She was like the master of the parade. Awesome to see her. Jim was there. I saw Will Loughran. I saw a whole bunch of people. Kim took this photo. Kim Corey. Saw a whole bunch of people that I hadn't seen in ages. So it was, I highly recommend, if you ever get the chance to be part of like a local community parade, take the opportunity. They're all your friends. Everybody in your community is your friend. It's great fun. So 9:30 comes along and we're really excited and we start moving along on the desk. And, you know, we're going along and there's like dogs there and we're zooming in and out with dogs and everyone's dressed up and all of the street is absolutely covered with people, just so many people, and we're playing songs the entire time. So a lot of Bruce Springsteen, a lot of Glory Days by Bruce Springsteen. And when I say a lot, I mean like constant and 80% of the time. Every now and then we just throw in like Mustang Sally or something like that. So we're driving around, drive. Now here's what I want to get to though. The battery on the desk is 2 12-volt car batteries. They're sealed lead acid, and they're deep cycle batteries. And really, the main difference between that is a deep cycle, from my understanding, a deep cycle sealed lead acid is okay to not take charge over long periods of time. It's almost like it can go into hibernation. However, you should not take a sealed lead acid deep cycle battery. You should not allow it to go down to next to nothing. Look at all of these. There we go. You should not let it go down next to no charge, because that's when you can start to damage it. Now, the batteries on the desk I've had for a very long time. My friend Will Burnham helped me find the wheelchair, and when I say helped me find, he literally did the phone calls on Craigslist and then organized us to pick it up in Pasadena, and then drove his van there and picked it up with me. The man's an absolute legend. And so that was like 2 or 3 years ago, and these batteries are the same ones that came with the wheelchair that we got from Craigslist. So the batteries had been a worry for a little bit of time, but we'd always just gotten by and been like, you know, these batteries are a little old. They're just not getting the like 15 miles or something that the Jazzy, I think it's a 610 XL. The Jazzy, it should get something like 13 to 15 miles. We've recently only been getting like 4 or 5 miles. Then on 4th of July, we maybe 2 miles, 3 miles, however long Main Street is. And by the time we got to the end, it was down to one flashing light that looks like this. I'm not going to play this video just yet, but I want to show you.
Okay, here's an
update. See those indicators there? It was down to one of those. It was down to just on the top bar, it was down to one red LED. And I was like, uh-oh, this isn't good. This isn't good. How are we going to get back to the car? But we were able to go another mile back to the car really, really, really slowly. 4th of July, take the desk back home, plug it in, charge it. It then shows that it's fully charged. Then on the 6th of July, Saturday, I'm supposed to be going out with my buddy Chris Turner, who is the greatest comic and freestyle rap you've ever seen. Actually, you know what? He's just spectacular. The man's a legend. He's an absolute superstar. But his freestyle rapping is amazing, and he's a comic, so it's hysterical raps. And I take the desk and drive it out of the apartment, and then what do you know? By the time I get to the lift, the battery's dead. Now I'm going to show you this video to explain how it all went down, because oh my goodness, I'm supposed to meet up with him at noon on Saturday. It's about 11 a.m. when I go to take this out, and this happens. I'm going to put my little headphones on so I can hear.
I just reinstalled the battery.
Here we go.
Okay, here's an update. I just reinstalled the batteries, and look at this. It's showing nearly 100%. However, if we drive for the tiniest amount of time, it starts flashing. Oh, it's still showing
You can hear
full.
Kyle.
It's still showing full. Oh, there we go.
Oh.
It just dropped 1 bar. If I then, if I keep driving.
Oh. Who knows where the rest of that video went? Check behind your couch to see whether the rest of the video is behind your couch. Let me check mine. No, it's not there. Where's the rest of that video? The rest of the video basically just shows that it goes down from what was like 80% down to basically nothing. Now, I don't know how the wheelchair base calculates charge. However, what I'm thinking is it must have something to do with either voltage across the rails. So whether it sees like it's, two 12-volt batteries should be 24, but at full charge it's actually like 25.7 or something. So maybe it just saw that, and then as the wheels start turning, just rapid decline in voltage, or it was actually measuring amps. However, I don't know how it dissipates amps when it's not actually turning a wheel. Like, I presume it's got to be voltage, because otherwise, if you're measuring current load, you've got to discharge that current load on something. So I'm presuming it was measuring voltage, which means, yeah, these batteries were showing 25.7 or something at the beginning through charge, and then within a minute must have gone down to like 17 volts, and the thing's just killed it. So we ran around Saturday morning, went out, got to the store, the battery store, which, should be all there's always, you got to know where your battery stores are. There's a place called Battery Plus in Culver City. We get out there, we reinstall the batteries, and then luckily that happened, because it meant we were able to go out and be part of something really special on the 6th of July, which is this. This is Chris and I in Venice. Let me just get this set up. Here we go.
You'll see him in the comedy clubs all around Los Angeles, or us roaming around on a desk. But today, he will do a...
So this is the Motorized desk down in Venice. On the desk there, you got Chris Turner and myself. Chris is an amazing freestyle rapper. This is just 2 minutes 30. I'm going to play this for you because he's legit incredible. We're still editing these videos together. So the actual videos of what I'm about to show you will come out at another time. But here is just one of Chris's freestyle raps while we were down in Venice.
But today, he will do a live rap made up on the spot.
We have basically these 5 suggestions, all of which clearly are on a theme: success, happiness, compassion, empowerment,
and the part that you missed is those words have just been selected from the crowd.
Love. And we can throw some extra ones in as well. This is going to be pretty cool. I'm excited. Rap with all my breath till I got none left. Gonna win, get gold, yeah, I say success. Spell it right, 2 C's and 2 S. When I go flow, yeah, you know I impress. 2 P's, Led Zeppelin, really great band with a small white dog, yeah, on my left hand next in. I feel happy when I see a little pooch. I see a white fur, big ears, I say cute, yeah. Happiness, that's the meaning of life. Work hard like I'm psyched, like I'm working a bite. Feel love in my heart when I feel compassion. Yeah, I move on, yeah, I'm quick, I'll be dashing. Love, initial that, I got my wife too. I see my love, yeah, I promise I will love you. Next in, open wide like a flower. I wanna hold it up, wanna feel empowered. Empowered like a set of AA batteries. You say you love this man, you just flatter me. Empowerment make you feel so strong. Work the compassion, yeah, into my song. A synonym, compassion is empathy. Opposite of that would be emotionally empty. Gotta feel compassion for your fellow man, fellow woman too, fellow everybody, you understand? Next in, let me move on. Rap about some things, yeah, I do prove one. A dog in a stroller, so it don't walk. The dog only wolf, yeah, the dog don't talk. What's the dog's name? Wanna say it to me? It's got a collar on thing and it says Frenchie. Little pictures on, yeah, it is Missy Elliott. What a great thing, yeah, I'll be telling it. Missy, you need to turn around and see me. When you see black and white, yeah, no colory. Red sneakers, hey little Missy, you are very pretty, a dog, we say a Frenchie. Is that true? I'm doing my job, I know the species. Missy is a French bulldog, and this one here with the nice black fur. Missy got a short snout, really miss her. This dog, I want to see him go face to face. Start fighting, dog fights in the place. I'm not saying we should do the animal cruelty. Any more things, yeah, we rap ingenuity. I got it one, yeah, man on the board. Oh, dog's about to fight, yeah, you know they adore. Ears back, tail wagging, so they will be friends. I really can't wait to see how the dog fight ends, yeah!
Oh!
Ladies and gentlemen, what a sensation. Check him out. Chris Turner Comedy on
That's
Instagram. You'll see him in the comedy clubs all around Los Angeles or us roaming around on a desk on the boardwalk. Enjoy your 4th of July weekend, party people.
The man's legit. The man is absolutely incredible. Yeah, Chris Turner Comedy. You've got to check out some of his things. And if you live in LA, go and see him in the comedy clubs around LA. So we went and did that. And it was damn good fun. Oh, it was wild fun. We at one point, I gotta show you. This is just ridiculous. So, you know, it's a very famous skate area around Venice. There's some incredible spots to go and ride around and have fun. We found like a quarter pipe there, and this is the result of that. trying to get up like the small. Such a fun place. That was awesome. And we had the cops come past, and they were fine with it. Oh, here's another one. This is after the 4th of July parade. There's no one there. So that was at the end of the 4th of July parade when there was no one left around. It was completely empty. We had the entire street to ourselves. We had everything to ourselves. And so just rolling around. Now, tomorrow I have to take a meeting, and I take my, I often take my meetings live on the desk now because, you know, you may as well. And then I'm going to try doing a live broadcast from the, live broadcast from the desk. Now, what else has been happening? I'm trying to think. It was, Raspberry Pi update. That light behind me completely, I've spoken about this before, but it actually completely washes out the, my camera cannot handle how bright that light is. There we go. Yeah, Raspberry Pi. So, you've got to, I mean, they're so hard to get at the moment, the Raspberry Pis. There's no stock anywhere. However, I started pulling out my old Pis and found, I forgot how many Pis I actually had. I had way more than I remembered. And decided to load RetroPie onto one of them. And I cannot describe how great RetroPie is. It's absolutely spectacular. What RetroPie is taking a Raspberry Pi and basically adding emulators onto it, similar to like buying a Nintendo and a Super Nintendo and an N64, getting all of those old emulators so that you can play games on it. And then you download the ROMs, and of course you should only download the ROMs that you actually own, and then you can play. But it means you can play all different types of games. And yeah, over the years, I've owned so many Nintendo games and Super Nintendo. So we're playing Super Mario at the moment. And I forgot how simply spectacular that game is. It's brilliant. It's so brilliant, though, that I now have the dun 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 stuck in my head. And I hope it never disappears from my head, because not only is it a great song, but it just gives you, it's like traveling music. There was an episode of, what was it? It was Family Guy, where he came up with his own traveling music. Having Mario Brothers stuck in your head is like having your own version of traveling music, which makes it great to go and get the milk. So, anyway, been playing that a whole bunch. What other things am I doing? Oh, I had to get out my calipers. Because I'm doing I made Kyle's engagement ring. I sort of taught myself how. Well, I'll have to show you one day on the podcast. I'll have to show you. But I'm making our wedding rings as well. And rather than the problem that I had when I made the engagement ring was that I chose the wrong ring size because I had no way to measure Kyle's ring. I wasn't sure what her finger size was, and it's kind of hard to get it. If anyone's, grabs someone's, had to buy like an engagement ring before for someone, you know how hard it is. Like, it's terrifically hard to actually get, the ring size. You're looking at it and you're like, and you try and measure it, and you use like a piece of tape and you measure it against your finger, and you're holding like your hand up against their hand and trying to see, like, does it fit? Is it the same? But now I have this thing, which is, it's a chinkly. It's rings that go from size 13 down to size 0. And what they are is measurement rings that you can put on so that you can get the actual size. And then I jump into the program that I'm making the wedding ring in, and I have the actual size this time, and then was trying to work out like the width of it. I ended up with a hair in my mouth just then. Where the hell did that come from? I've decided I think I'm going to do it around 4 millimeters wide is going to be the width of the ring, which, like, wedding rings are, I mean, this entire pack that I have here, the wedding rings on here are How wide is this? 3 mil. 3 millimeters is the width of these ones. And I think it's too skinny. I think it's too skinny for me. I have a ring on my small finger, which is the second one because I lost the first one that I had of this. I think I lost it at Sydney Airport many, many years ago. But 5.5 mil is too wide. So I'm going to go 4 mil. If you've got, I don't know. It's hard to try and know exactly what size to do it. But the process is you design it up in CAD, you then have it 3D printed, and then you go to a jewelry maker and they cast it. And the way that they do that is they 3D print and then they use a process called lost wax. And lost wax is where you 3D print out the ring and then you put it in a mold. And the ring is actually 3D printed in a wax. So when you heat the ring up, it'll just melt out. And there's basically a little hole at the bottom of the mold that they make. And they make the mold sets, becomes really hard, and then they heat up the wax inside or just pour liquid metal into it. But I think they heat it up first and that makes the wax drip out. And then you fill it up with your metal. You then, you've got like a thing called a ring tree, which kind of looks like this, where they attach almost like a tree with branches, but they're everyone's different rings so that you only cast it once. So going through that at the moment, it's great fun. I highly recommend if you've got to like design a ring, just try doing it yourself. It's damn good fun. What are some other things that have been going on? Oh, yeah, there's an update on that bill. The AB 1112 is, let's see where it's up to in the old legislature. It's still at the Senate, and it's been completely modified from what I needed it to have. It no longer has the parts about insurance, and it now just says a local authority may enact reasonable regulations on shared mobility devices and providers within its jurisdiction, including but not limited to. And the part about insurance has been removed. Absolutely heartbreaking. It's so bad. And it's bad because I've gone into it a few times on the podcast. I'm going to put these rings down because it'll be killing people who listen. The cost of insurance for micro-mobility operators is, of course, we need the insurance. We need to protect riders. We need to do everything within our power to help riders, the etiquette, and the safety. And an insurance is an important part of that. But the over-requirement that only stands to create an exclusive environment for large-scale operators is completely incorrect. And the reason for that, my reasoning behind that is if you force all operators to take an exorbitant amount of insurance and their premiums are an exorbitant amount of money, they're not going to be able to make profit. And so therefore they're going to continue just taking money from VCs, which aren't going to provide all of the good business practices. They're going to be forced to deploy in cities without permits. It creates a lot of negative scenarios. So anyway, AB 1112. Still, I'll keep you updated with how that goes. Am I traveling soon? I think I'm in town for the most. Oh, that's right. Spoke to a speakers brew. Well, not a speakers bureau today, but I do quite a lot of MC work and hosting events and presenting, and I've never really had a formal way of doing it. There's never really been like a set methodology behind it. And so spoke to a company today, really interesting, around how to set up funnels similar into if you do business development and so on, similar to the way that that's done. which will be quite cool. I think I'm going to go down the path. The only problem is it's way out of my price range. It's such a large amount of money to do it. So I'm going to message them and hopefully, because they want $5,000 for it. And I'm like, I just can't validate doing $5,000 for it. So I'm going to offer them a lot smaller and see whether they can like subdivide part of the program or something like that. Because it's like a mentorship. Well, not really a mentorship. It's more like a training package along with documents and so on, but all stuff that's really, really helpful. So we'll see how that goes. Tomorrow, going to zoom around on the desk, as I said. Let me tell you about the Livestream software. So I've been using a thing called, at the moment I use vMix. Which vMix is spectacular. I think vMix is really, really cool. It's a great software package. It's crazy expensive. Oh, sorry. It's not crazy expensive is what I meant to say. It's not crazy expensive. And it's really, really powerful. Now, to do outside broadcasts, though, it costs, to really do it properly, it costs quite a lot of money. There's a product called the TerraDeck, and the TerraDeck is awesome, but out of my price range. So its premise is amazing, though. It takes like 4 or 5 USB modems, like LTE modems, and combines them all together to do LTE modem bonding, which means you can run like Verizon and T-Mobile and all these different brands together. You can run them all, and if one goes down, then the entire stream doesn't go down, which is the problem that we had on Saturday while we were live streaming, and also on 4th of July, actually. The problem was that the stream would go in and out as we were rolling around. I think I've found a solution to that. I'm hopeful that there is a way that the Raspberry Pi can actually, if I plug in a few modems to it, I'm sure there's going to be a way that we can do some form of bonding, some form of either piecing together the networks. Because the thing is, you got 4 USB ports on here. I'm absolutely sure if you had 4 USB LTE modems, there must be a way that we can bond them together. And the great thing is, like, the Pi runs on Linux, so if there's nothing freely available, maybe we can hack something together. I think we will find something, though. I'm hoping. I'm going to get a Raspberry Pi 4 gig board, but as I said, there's just none in stock at the moment, so I've got to wait a little while. Hopefully not too long, though. New Switch was out as well, Nintendo. New Switch Lite. It looks cool. Doesn't connect to your TV though, but obviously that's like the reason for the normal Switch. I haven't played on a Switch in a while. A few friends of mine had Switches, so they seemed quite cool. Yeah. It's. Have I got any Coke left in here? Hang on. Oh, that's a warm one. That's. That I think that drink was. I mean, look, it's definitely from today. I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna say that it's from today, but I'm definitely gonna say that it was room temperature. Yet it was so bubbly. How does Coke? Here's something that I don't understand. Coca-Cola is delicious when it's cold. Coca-Cola, when it's warm, is the worst. And I don't understand how it can be such a difference just because whether it's hot or cold. I suppose actually you can say that for any food. What's something that's terrible when it's hot? I was going to say ice cream, but when ice cream is hot, it's actually just a milkshake. That's right, actually. When ice cream is hot, it's a milkshake. And I know this to be a fact because I used to work at McDonald's. Many, many, many years ago, I used to work at McDonald's. I worked at the Crown Casino McDonald's in Melbourne. Now, Crown Casino if you've never been there, don't worry. You're not missing anything. Don't think of Vegas when you think of Crown Casino. Think of people stabbing each other. It's more along that line. It's more sort of like, hey, stab, stab. So I used to work at the McDonald's there, and I did the 10 p.m. till 6 a.m. shift. And it was ridiculous. It was actually really quite fun. I was just out of school. I really did thoroughly enjoy it. Every now and then people would be quite mean too, because it would be like 4 a.m. and they're leaving one of the nightclubs and they wanted to impress. They wanted to impress the girls that they had just picked up. And the way that they used to try and impress the girls that they had just picked up was they'd come to little 19, 18-year-old me standing behind the counter at 4 o'clock in the morning at McDonald's. And they would just take the piss. They would basically not even heckle. They'd just be flat out mean, which would then mean that it would, because the people in the kitchen could hear. And so because it's 4 a.m., we didn't really have that many cheeseburgers ready. It often meant that there was a slight delay in your cheeseburger because you were mean. Nothing that bad, but it's the least, it's what we could do. But where I'm trying to go with this story is I used to have to refill the thick shake machine. And as you know, the thick shake machine and the sundae machine look like they're two different machines. And they look like it because they are. They're two separate machines, but they usually are wedged next to each other. The lid on both of them looks very similar. And if you happen to accidentally put the thick shake mixture into the sundae part, makes no difference. Makes absolutely no difference. It's the same. I'm positive it's the same liquid that just comes in different bags. I'm absolutely positive because I accidentally messed it up one day and it still just made the same stuff. And I'm just thinking about the other things that actually are not, it's not when it's, if you think about ice cream when it's hot, it's just a milkshake. Hang on, a milkshake's hot? No, milkshakes are cold. What is a hot milkshake? Oh, like a Horlicks. I had a Horlicks the other day. No, but the other one that I'm thinking of, it's actually a Mitch Hedberg one, was escalators can never be out of service. They can only be stairs. The man was a legend. The man was an absolute legend. He was a superstar. He's so good. So very, very, very good. Oh, this is not a spoiler in any way. But if you've been watching Stranger Things, the references to like old school films absolutely blows my mind. And my favorite one that I came across was Sneakers. There is a Sneakers reference in Stranger Things. It's so good. I took video of it where I took a video of the Stranger Things video and then a video of Sneakers to show like a side by side, and I had it loaded on Instagram, and then I stopped at the last minute. I stopped myself because I was like, this potentially could be a spoiler. And the reason that I think so is even though it in no way says anything about the show or where it's up to, the simple fact of showing something, a scene from somewhere in the show that someone hasn't seen, potentially unravels too many things for them. They kind of perceive that those characters still exist in the future, or that that thing is still there, or this thing's still occurring. So I freaked out. I got too worried and I didn't post it. And I'm not sure whether I was whether I really needed to not post it. But I'm pretty sure I did the right thing. I'm pretty sure it was the right thing not to post that. Yeah. The other things that I'm building a neon sign at the moment for my wedding. And it's a big sign that says Kyle and Gray, and mounting it is becoming so difficult. I'm not sure whether you've ever made it's called channel lettering. and it's really, 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 really hard. If anyone has any background with channel lettering, actually, I need to message Clay. If anyone has history with channel lettering, I have some aluminium siding, like some aluminium trim cap that I need to attach to the acrylic, and it's very hard to do at the moment. It's very hard. So if you've got any knowledge in it, please do let me know. What? The other things I'm trying to think next. Actually, this sign in the background. So, I know we've spoken quite a bit about this sign, but I'm going to do it again. This sign in the background, where are we? I've got that wooden border around it at the moment, and I'm not a fan of it. I need it there for stability, but I'm not a huge fan because it makes it look like it's in a frame or something, which it's not, because it's a clear piece of Perspex. I think I might take it out and make a Perspex border for it. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. I might get like where the black edging is. If I get some thick Perspex, then I could probably do it. Yeah, that might work. I think that'll work. The only thing is, like, drilling through Perspex terrifies me because the ease to which you can crack Perspex is frightening. Like, absolutely frightening how quick and easy it is. And the other thing that could go wrong is if I mount Perspex on the side of it and then mount Perspex on the back, I no longer have access into the center part. Not sure what I'll do with that. Not too sure. Yeah, I'll work it out. I cleaned my van the other day. The amount of things that I found inside my van at the back was remarkable. There was water bottles, there was toys I'd forgotten about. There was rolls of 50/50 LEDs. I'm pretty sure they're all white LEDs because I laid LEDs through the back of my van for lighting. There was so much cool stuff there. I'm such a fan of it. Nissan NV200. It's such a fun van. There was something that let me see if I can come up with it. I'm going to start writing down things because before the show, I kind of make a list in my head of the things I want to talk about. And then once we're in the show, I get ultra distracted by everything that I forget all of the stuff that I wanted to talk about. I forget these things. They're in my head and then they disappear. This photo's still there. We need to get rid of that. Each time getting more and more. The purpose of these podcasts and video casts is just to become more acquainted with being able to cue independently, being able to cue a show on the spot in the moment. There's nothing quite like doing things live. It's an absolute test. Things go wrong. You can't have too much dead air. You need to keep things going. So I thoroughly enjoy doing live streams. And so thank you so much for joining me in these adventures and coming along for the ride, as it could be said. My apartment just has so much stuff everywhere. The sign, actually, let me tell you some things about it. I had to use, so that when I was gluing the letters, which you won't be able to see from a distance, however, if I turn it off, I can describe it better. Let's use this. Let's use these cheeky little calipers. So these letters are, it's a laser cut piece of Perspex, right? I'll show you what it looks like. this is effectively what that one behind me is. This is a laser cut piece of perspex, and I would feed the LED rope light in, and I laser cut it at about 4.8 mil or something like that, just so that it holds it quite tight. But it's still flexible enough that you can pull the LED light in and out. But I needed it to be like completely locked in place. So I used this stuff called is this the stuff that I used? No, I wanted to use, that's right. I wanted to use this stuff. This stuff is called let us focus. There we go. This stuff is this number 4 fast set acrylics. Now it's great because it glues acrylics together. However, the problem is the LED rope light is not acrylic, it's silicon. And if you know anything about silicon hates glue. So much so that it just goes, oh, glue? Nah. That's basically it. It just goes, nah, not gonna, you're not going to stick to me because I'm silicon. And so I had to try and work out how. The only way, super glue. Super glue sticks to silicon, but the problem with super glue is you end up with that, that chemical burn. You know, have you ever left super glue out near glass or plastic or anything like that, and you end up with this like white film? Well, that ended up all over this sign, and what I found works really quite well is acetone nail polish remover pads. And the great thing about nail polish remover pads is you don't have to keep wetting napkins and so on, and there's a crazy good amount of acetone in the pad. And then you scratch. From a distance, you can't see it. Up close, it makes me sad because it's like up close you can see it, but from a distance, you can't tell. You cannot tell. And yeah, it's a great fun sign. Took a while. I could make I really want to make another one, but I know how painful this one was. Hang on, let me just get it to focus in on the background. Remember we were doing that last episode? There you go. It's the way to get it to focus. Just absolutely ridiculous. All right. Let me think. Oh, Tesla coil. I completely forgot about this. There is a Tesla coil that I found the other day that I built. I want to show you this. This Tesla coil here is, hang on, I gotta hide my eyes. I built this Tesla coil a while ago, and it's a very special Tesla coil because it plays music. Now you may be thinking, what are you talking about? It plays music. I'm going to show you. It really honestly plays music. Now this is going to be a little hard to show, so stick with me here, but we're going to get there. I'm going to change views. This is lamp camera coming to you live from the lamp. Here's the device, okay? Now, the spark on top of this Tesla coil is quite small, so stick with me here while I show you. Stay with me. It's powered by 12 volts, so I'm gonna plug in a 12 volt power supply to it, and I'm gonna connect my iPhone to it. Here we go. Now, I've been electrocuted a lot in my life, and so I'm a little scared about getting electrocuted now. However, it's not the worst thing in the world. And the tune that we're going to play, I completely forgot about this. This is great that I've remembered. The tune that we're going to play is, well, hopefully you'll be able to tell just by, I'm going to move my microphone so that you can hear it. All right. Here we go. I'm going to plug it in just a moment. And here we go. Yes, now, I'm going to move this camera around so you can hopefully see. There we are. See that purple spark? I'll get it into focus. The I gotta grab something that won't conduct. This purple part here is actually a. It's a. Let's see if that. It's very hard to see. At least you can hear the audio. What I'm gonna do. The end of the coil becomes burnt out. So I'm going to scratch off some of this coil. And when I say it becomes burnt out, it just ends up with like a fine burnt layer over it. But we want bare exposed copper. Bare exposed copper works best. And this coil, whenever you see wire with like gold wrapping around it, it's called enamel, and enamel acts as like an insulator around cables. I'm gonna cut that little one there. All right, this spark should be larger. I always get worried. I've been electrocuted oh so many times in my life. I'm always worried about getting zapped because it's constant. Okay, here we go. Yes. Is it better with darkness behind it? There we go. This here is where the music's coming from. That coil is actually outputting the sound. If I get it to focus on my finger. Oh, you know what I'll do? This is crazy, but I think it will work. If I put that there, I'm going to draw a face, and hopefully the camera will assume that this is a person and will set the focal distance at... Is this going to work? I think it is. That worked. Okay, so that's the focal distance that we need. Full screen this. There we go. I can't believe this is working. So the camera is now focused. There we are. That spark there on the left is where the audio is coming from. Yeah. Here, I'll show you. It'll probably burn the paper. There we go. Oh wow, I hadn't thought of this before. This fire is actually, this is real fire coming from music. Oh god, it's now smoking everywhere. Okay. That's hysterical. That is literal music fire. That is what a ridiculous pun. I'm gonna think more about that because there's something in that. All right. Yeah, so that's cool. That was a taser. Well, not a taser. That was a TELSA coil that I built a while ago. I was telling Kyle the story about the first taser that, probably not the first taser that I ever built, but a taser that I got chronically stuck in one day, many years ago. I'll tell you the story some stage. All right, well, we've hit our mark. It means it's time to go, my friends. Time to go. I want to say thank you so much for sticking around and enjoying these shows. They're great fun. I thoroughly enjoy doing them. Each episode, learning a little more, finding more buttons to press, like this one, or this one, or this one, that I forget to press all the time. I'm gonna have to set this one up on on just a timer. That's what I have to do. I just have to make a timer for that. Where am I next? I think I'm in LA. Yeah, the next 2 weeks I'm definitely in LA. Tomorrow we'll be doing a live show from the desk. As long as I can get everything working, we're going to do a live show from the desk. It'll be great fun. Thank you so much for enjoying the show and sticking around. we'll be back again soon with another episode of Time Machine, Robot Time Machine. I say bye-bye now. Bye-bye.